Yeah. Um, Today I'm going to look at the third, actually it's the fourth bullet. The fourth bullet states that where is the market? Where is our market? But my question is, do you know where the market is? The market is starting with us. Did you ever think about if a person tells you to supply one goat per day? Did you know that if somebody tells you that you supply me 1 day per day, 1 goat per day, there will be 360 goats in a year? But can you afford to supply that 1 goat per day? Which I don't think whether most of us can afford to do that. But just imagine if every day you're supplying 1 goat of 200,000. In a week, those are 7 goats. 7 times 2, that is 1.4. So if you're getting 1.4 per week, how about per month? How much do you think the farm is going to give you? So the market we do have, we cannot sustain it actually. That's why the cost of meat is very high. First of all, goat's meat is one of the most expensive meat here. Because we thought about chicken, and we thought chicken is the most expensive goat meat, which is not the case, because now I can get a kilo of chicken at 10,000, but I cannot get goat's meat at 10,000. Most of the places they sell it 15,000. In most places they are selling it 18,000, and others are selling it 20,000. Then a consumer, a hotel person, told me that in a kilo he buys it at 15,000, but each piece he divides it into 4 pieces, but each piece it goes for 10,000. If a person sits down to eat it, he pays 10,000. That means a kilo is getting 40,000 out of it. Remember, you've all tried to go to the goat outlets. They give you a small piece at 4,000. So getting 4 pieces, it is 106. Is it 16,000? And do you know that is not even a quarter? Or let's say it's a quarter, and a quarter is 16,000. So how much is a kilo? So my dear, the market we do have, we cannot even sustain it. We have another market, that is the first market of slaughter. The third market is the breeding market. I know most of you have moved around. I've met so many of you having goats that even has less percentage. Somebody is having 50% and is telling me, is assuring me that he's having a pure savannah or pure boar because it has the color, and simply tells you that that is 100%, which is not true. Remember, the more you go towards purity, the good offsprings and the faster growing animals that you're getting, or the offsprings. So what do I say? We need to have a higher blood percentage. So what do we have to do? When you're breeding, the poor quality, the less growing animals, the sickly animals, those should be kept for slaughter. Then the good performers, high blood percentages, let's keep it for breeding. Because even the market is there. Even the Kenyans are calling me. They want animals for breeding. You get? So we have the market for both local market and slaughter. Let me give you an example. If you have 100 goats, or let's say 50 goats, and those 50 goats in 2 years, or in 1 year, you have another 100 out of them. The first group is ready to be sold for slaughter. Let's say you're dealing with slaughtering. Because a goat of 6 months can be having over 35 or 40 kgs live weight. So that means you can either have 25 males to sell for slaughter and 25 for breeding. That means in a year, you'll have 50 goats to be taken for slaughter. That means if you have 50 times 200,000, that is over, is it 10 millions or something? 10 or, because when I calculate 200,000 times 50, that is over 2 million, I think, in your 50 goats. And remember, you even have another 50 goats. So my dear, the market is there, and let's don't say that we don't have a market. Because now if we start exporting the goats, because I receive a number of guys, now recently I got a guy who wanted me to supply 5,000 goats per month, of which I couldn't afford. So that means if you have a number of goats, let's say even those have not come to buy from us, and we decided that we are going to slaughter our goats, we freeze them, and then we take them. I have people who are willing to provide a cooler. We come to your farm, slaughter, we weigh your goat, the live weight, and then we know the carcass. So whichever kilo that comes out of your goat is paid for 12,000. So that means we come to your farm, we slaughter, we pack, they take out. Your work is only look after your goat, put on much muscles, it is slaughtered, you write down the kilos that are out of there, they cash you out 12,000 per kilo. So that means the market, we do have it. So never think that we don't have a market. Let's accumulate the goats, we shall definitely be supplying them. And every country, the Middle East countries, even the US and everywhere, they really love our meat. It's very tasty. It smells well. Why? Because they are feeding on natural feeds. You know, the taste of the meat depends on what an animal feeds on. We have very good climate. It rains, dries up. So our animals are really good. And it's our mandate to look for multiplication. Thank you.